Now, one thing that people don't know about me, I've been on Gucci Mane ever since he was fat, had them ashy lips, and was rapping songs like Lemonade. Oh, and I can't forget the humongous Chainz. I mean, he still do that now, but you know, back then, the Chainz was on a whole nother level. It took me a while to get used to this new Gucci, but nevertheless, Mr. Zone 6 just dropped his new album titled Ice Daddy, and I'm here to review it. And no, I would never refer to Gucci as Ice Daddy, just to put it out there. If you like Gucci Mane, go ahead and leave a like on this video and comment below. And if you love music, go ahead and hit that subscribe button to the channel for more music content. Gucci Mane, aka Rajay Delanted Davis, is a 41-year-old southern hip-hop and trap artist from Atlanta, Georgia. And Gucci is honestly one of the pioneers for trap music, alongside many other fellow Atlanta rappers like Young Jeezy and T.I. back in the 2000s and 2010s. He's been in the game ever since 2001 and debuted his first album Trap House in 2005, followed by many other albums like Hard to Kill in 2006, A Trapathon, and back to the Trap House in 2007. So obviously he was out here trapping, I mean. Now go ahead and leave a comment below. Which one of these are your favorite Gucci Mane early albums? He released major success with his 6th album, Estate vs. Rajay Davis, which ended up being his first certified gold album. And after serving time in prison between 2014 and 2016 for trapping, like I said earlier, he released several new projects including Everybody's Looking, which had critical praise, and a collaboration album with Ray Sherman titled Black Beatles, which gave Gucci his first #1 single on the Billboard Hot 100 charts. And since then, he continued to make more music. 13 studio albums, over 71 mixtapes. I don't know if that's competing with Lil Wayne, I don't know if it's the same amount, but it gotta be close. He also worked with major artists like Lil Wayne, Drake, Chris Brown, Selena Gomez, and many more. He also played a major influence on young Atlanta artists like Young Thug, Migos, Rich Homie Quan, 21 Savage, and Lil Yachty. To many other rappers, he's known as the Avatar East Atlanta. You know, as I say Atlanta, they don't pronounce the T. It's Atlanta. And the most influential underground rapper of the past decade. Now, though Gucci was known as a major influence to many other artists, his award categories and nominations are just not up to par. They really don't showcase his greatness. Only winning Best Pop Video for Down with Fifth Harmony in 2017. Fifth Harmony. But nevertheless, I'm sure Gucci Mane is not really tripping about this because he was able to reach a whole level of success when it comes to a monetary standpoint. The guy's known to be worth at least 14 million. I wouldn't be mad either. Now let's get into the actual album. I mean, it has 17 songs. It's a little under an hour, so okay, I give it a pass. But some of the feature list includes Big Walk Dog, Big 30, Pooh Shiesty, Little Baby, Little Uzi Vert, 2 Chainz, Young Dolph. I'm not surprised that 2 Chainz is here. I'm not surprised Little Baby is here. He has a lot of the Atlanta rappers here in this album so far. You got E40 up in here, Pee Wee Longway. Okay, some of these people I don't know who they are, but I'm curious to see, you know, what this is all about.
You gotta move with a rocket. Looking at the juice, see a pool with a faucet. So rich that I weigh my money.
So rich that I weigh my money. Hey, this beat is great. It has a nice piano that's repeated in there. Then the 808s is just knocking. I don't expect nothing less from Gucci Mane or this entire album. This album needs to be knocking. It needs to turn me up. I need to be able to listen to this in my car and my freaking speakers are shaking the windows. That's how much that this song has to bounce for me to be like, hey, this is it. Because it's trap, like it should be. Big Walk Dog, I loved his first verse. I think it was a great way to kind of introduce this album, just the flow. And then Gucci Mane came in kind of like he was entering a party late, you know what I'm saying? And I did that. He deserves that special introduction, and he did a pretty phenomenal job on Poppin. Big Walk Dog had the majority of this song, and I didn't mind. I love his flow. I may have to start checking out him a little bit more. Just from looking at Spotify, it seems like he's a pretty new artist, so maybe this is a way to kind of say, hey, this is a new artist. I'm putting him on. I discovered him. Go ahead and check him out. So thank you, Gucci. I mean, this song is alright. Like, there's nothing that really moved me on this one. I think the drums and the beat is phenomenal. I think it's kicking. From a trap perspective, it's giving me what I wanted. My windows are gonna be shaking with this track. Though I do think that the verses are kind of weak. legit, whenever there's an 808 that's continuously to push you throughout the entire album, it's gonna always hit you hard, really hard. Now, Gucci Mane's verse is pretty good as well. A couple of catchy things said in there. A good flow. It's a classic Gucci flow with the I'm assuming this is one of the singles that he released before the album. It has 7 million plays already, so obviously that tells you that it was. But I'm not mad with this one. Production is very minimal, but I don't mind it because the verses are pretty good on this track.
On his head like a Pakistan. They say I'm a sex symbol. They say
I feel like I don't know what is going on with this beat. There's too much going on. Too much low end that makes the beat just sound distorted. I'm not a huge fan of this one at all.
like a rap. You a hater, you are not. I'm busting at my rap. I put a
The beat is okay. The sample that's in the background, or at least the piano that's in the background, it just sounds a little bit too much repetitive, and it's not the most memorable or nicest sound to hear repeatedly for me. It's more disturbing. I don't think his verse is bad, but I think it could be better. It's just typical trap Gucci's. Not really. You shouldn't expect too much from this verse, and I'm personally not expecting too much from this verse either.
jacket by diesel. I'll go rocket this side. Bitch, all my hoes got fat.
Not a bad song. So Little Baby, I'm actually surprised. I thought that Little Baby was gonna come in a little bit faster like he normally does. No, you should not. You should come in like you normally do, Little Baby. You should come in with that splat. You know what I'm saying? That splat. Nothing too special about the beat itself. I think what stands out to me is just the Gucci vibe that kind of stands on the track. It's like a, just a 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4 type vibe that's going on, and I don't mind it. Though, would I replay this song or add this to my playlist? Definitely not.
Then make myself high.
Give me a song that I should listen to that will make me start liking Lil Uzi Vert. I just do not have a love for his craft. I just don't have a love for his flow, his verse. It's just not for me. So please, audience, please, the people that watch my video, help me love Lil Uzi Vert. Help me put me on to some songs that will make me enjoy his music. Gucci Mane verse was tough. Gucci Mane fit the beat so well, when in comparison to the Uzi Vert, it just didn't fit as great as Gucci. I could skip that one too. Well, damn. I don't know, man. I feel like the hook is just repetitive. I feel like the beat sounds just like the other beats that's previously placed before this song. I think that's Young Dolph on the hook. I'm not sure. I don't really listen to Young Dolph like that, but it's nothing special about this song. Chainz verses, Gucci Mane's verses, the song is.
In my closet, change that type of won't let me pop. Never running out of money. When you have the money, can't be standing hella close.
I like E40. E40 has a very unique way of pronunciating his words. It's very, very pronounced very, very well. And his flow just sounds good. His voice sounds great. And I actually like the song. It's simple. The beat is very simple. Don't get me wrong, but just because it has E40, it makes me like it a little bit more than what I should, actually. Why did it take 34 seconds for this song to start? It took 34 seconds for it to even come in with the first verse. And it wasn't nothing that was like worth you waiting 34 seconds for. You could have just gone ahead and said the first verse. On to the next. Oh no, the gun clouds go throughout the entire song. And then there's a very high synthetic sound that's going on as well that's very disturbing. Yes, Gucci Mane is on top of it trying to balance it all out, but at the same time it just sounds very unbalanced with the high and the lows. It's just too much that's going on in this song, similar to another song that was beforehand. At first I did like the production on this song, but then I don't know, it's something about just these trap drums and trap beats. There's just no variations whatsoever in the production, And you know, I know it's not meant to be as musically great as, let's say, like a Hurt album, but at the same time, I at least expect to hear some type of differentiation, or at least take the sample out at certain parts in the song. That way it just don't get annoying in the background. And then also I have a problem with the low end on the song as well. It sounds big because there's those big horns in there, but at the same time, there's already an 808 low end. You don't need to have the low horns going in the background as well. That's just my opinion.
She don't care about, I don't give a damn about nothing but the bailout.
Live at the Red Carpet is a pretty solid song. The flow itself is phenomenal. The verses are actually pretty good. The beat, this is the best beat that's on the actual project to me personally. And it only took 14 songs to get there. I did this song. This is one song that I would definitely replay. I would definitely add this to my playlist. I'm not disappointed with this one. Some of these songs on this album is just not really hitting it. I feel like he could have limited this down to about really 8 to 10 tracks. But 17, I just feel like there's a lot of filler songs that just didn't really need to be there. Some of the production to me is just doing too much. Some of the production is repetitive. Yes, the drums are knocking. Yes, my windows are shaking in my car, but at the same time, there's just so many other things that's in this song that's taking me away from me enjoying it. For example, some of the verses are kind of trash. I think that some of the features it really shouldn't even be on the album. I only liked 4 songs on the album, which was Poppin, Shit Crazy, Never Running Out of Money, and Live at the Red Carpet, with Live at the Red Carpet being my favorite. But at the same time, because I never really listened to a full-on Gucci project, only singles and only certain songs, I can't even make a comparison of this being an album that I like more than the other. But from my first listen, my first full-on album by Gucci Mane, I had to give this about a 5 out of 10. Let me know in the comment section what y'all think about this album. Thank y'all for watching. Please like this video. Please comment below to tell me how y'all felt about the album and project. And subscribe to see more music content. I'm going to be reviewing more music every single week. And I'm also going to be producing more music every single week. Remember, your only limitations are those of your own mind. If you want me to review your music, definitely let me know. And Stevie TV out.